Oh, hold on one second.
That's awesome. I have a friend that she just started working with
How's it
an
going? You
organization.
Yes.
Also a
Beneficial
nonprofit, stupid cancer. Somewhere in Lower, somewhere in Lower Manhattan, yeah. So it's like, wow, okay, wow, that's awesome. That's great. How long they have they been around?
We've actually been around for 2 years almost.
Okay.
So May makes 2 years.
Nice, okay. That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, so we're just looking at cancer from a different perspective.
Mhm.
Instead of always fighting,
Yeah.
it's more of
Mhm.
learning how to coexist with it
Yeah.
and be happier.
Yeah.
Learn how to manage your life. So
Yeah.
Okay, you guys.
Awesome.
You guys ready for Sorry to Interrupt?
No.
Are you guys ready for part 2? Okay. Without further ado, take it away. Yay! Thank you guys. So what we've already discussed in the previous section is that rehearsal is everything. But who here feels constantly conflicted about money? Conflict. So there's this conflict about money. Where do we get this conflict? Right? Like, where do we get this conflict? We were taught it. So we go into this consciously we're like, yeah, money's good. Like I always use my money, right? But then we think about it and we're like, ugh, right? I don't know what to do. I don't have enough. What's gonna happen? And so when we think about this imagination and that feeling good, the problem is that we ping pong, like I said before, between feeling good and feeling bad. That goes with anything that I'm going to teach you, is to how to remain emotionally and mentally disciplined. There are some people I know in my life who have zero emotional discipline. Zero. And it's not that they're not good people, it's just that they don't know how to control their emotions. Well, I know somebody who has had a lot of relationship issues with men. Of course, it stemmed from her father and abandoning and all of that. That's the story, right? But that happened a long time ago. But what happens is as soon as she feels bad about her relationship, as soon as she feels bad, what happens? She does something bad. Come on.
Right.
All right? So you do something bad, and that just stinks. And what happens? You set yourself back. The point of what I'm trying to make is that those good feelings always, 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 always lead you to something better. But because we're so emotionally sloppy and undisciplined, we find ourselves falling back into the old patterns. And patterns in so many ways is kind of being lazy. But I don't mean it that way. I don't mean that you're a lazy person. It just means that our emotional discipline is something we have not yet mastered, which is why you're here today. So tapping into those good feelings is so important, and maintaining that emotional discipline. But this is the thing now. If you date somebody who makes you feel that you're not worthy, you're going to do things that are less than who you are, right? Sleep around, do drugs, steal, God knows what. So we go into that and it's a spiral. Woo, going down. And instead of spiraling, we want to get you to the point that when somebody says something bad or does something bad or is pretty gnarly when they're in their behavior towards us, that you look at it and do two things. One, I don't believe that. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. And two, feel nothing. How good would it be if somebody who was mean to you in your life came here and shouted all sorts of obscenities and you just looked at them and you just felt nothing? Oh, cool. You ever dated somebody and this person, I'm going to tell you a story. Okay? Now we're going around. But I dated this guy and I don't know what it was. He was just so sexy. And he was absolutely wrong for me, but he was just so sexy. And every time I see him, I'm like, just dumb, just dumb. He was so sexy. Did I mention he was sexy?
You're right.
But when I was so sexy, I would just immediately go down this spiral. whatever he said would make me feel bad, and I would go down and down and down. And what would I do? I wouldn't hurt him. I would self-destruct. And that's what we do when we have a relationship with money, because we do have a relationship with money. We get on that one spiral, and we just self-destruct. But then one day, something changed inside of me. I emotionally resolved myself to not care anymore about this guy and what he did and whatever. And then the day came that we saw each other, and it was the last time, and I just literally just didn't feel anything anymore. He had no power over me, right? But money has a power over us. Oh, does it have a power over us? It has such a power over us that we are willing to kill for it. That's a problem. We don't have to kill for money. So that is one thing I want to say, and I want to ask you just to think of the word and the concept of success. Just think about success. Write it down. What's the very first thought you think of when you think of the concept success? For me, I think a smile. Huh?
Oh.
What do you think?
No, I was gonna say happy and powerful.
Perfect. Right?
Yeah.
So, for me, I think smiles. So much so that I put it here. Programmed it in here for the masses. I think smiles. That's my version of success. You said happy.
And powerful.
Okay. Perfect. Goes along with my brand. Thank you for being
Powerful, yeah.
my saleswoman. Happy, powerful. What else?
Passionate.
Passionate.
Relax.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Passionate, relaxed. When we're striving for
Love.
Oh, love that. Love. It's great. When we're striving for more money and for more success, when we're striving, are we really in this space? When we're trying to get it, when we're working for it?
No, because I guess we're a little bit stressed and anxious.
Exactly.
No?
I mean, no. It's for some people. I think like because what I'm doing now, I'm like happy. Like I'm actually doing something
Because
to
that's
help
your
other people.
business,
No,
yeah,
but no.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, not for
Uh-huh,
anybody, but for
yeah.
me. Like for me, it's like something I'm like, damn, I'm doing something like this is exciting. Like the money's gonna come from me.
Yeah.
But just me seeing, people sharing their like results with me and telling me like, no, Nilda, like thank you, like that. It's like I get lit up and get really emotional just from just that. So yeah, especially something that I'm actually doing that I love.
Yeah, when you're in it.
Helping.
Yeah, when I'm in it. Yeah.
When you are in it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. You can't always be in it all the time.
Right.
I know, I was telling my husband Frank before I started hiring people, I realized like I was trying to be my own publicist, I was trying to be my own social media person, I was trying to be my own accountant, I was trying to be my own customer service, I was trying to do all these things. And what was I doing? I wasn't in it. I was doing everything else.
That's my problem.
I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Then I was crying to my husband, crying to him, and I'm like, Frank, I'm missing doing everything else, and I can't do what I love. I mean, really, he's just like, he's like, you'll work it out. most husbands, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. But here, us women, especially mothers, we just want to love our children, right? We just want to love our kids. But what do we spend our time doing? The frickin' laundry, the dishes, the bank, the groceries, the cleaning. We're doing all that stuff that we don't like. But think about that in our businesses, and careers, and our relationship with money. Yeah, I'd love to spend the money. I'd love to acquire the money, but I'm doing everything else, and because of that, I don't get to be in it. And for me, I felt myself doing 80% of my time here and 20% of my time here. If I'm in this state doing things that make me unhappy, stressed and anxious is what was said, do you think that the outcome is going to be the same?
No, we're not.
So I look at this and I go, oh, holy cannoli. I'm literally putting myself in a bad mood in an emotional context. So when I think of my business, I'm consistently unhappy. And that was why I created this company and rebrand and everything, because I was like, I'm so guilty of what I'm trying to get people to change.
Yeah.
And I said to him, okay, what am I gonna do? What I gotta do? I gotta do. I need help. That was the thing I had to work through. I had to get help.
Mhm.
So I was looking around me and I was employing my money. I was putting my money to work. Remember, you have to have a purpose for your money, right? So I said, okay, I make this much amount of money. What can I do with this money to get an accountant? So I hired an accountant. Right? And then I hired a social media guy. Then I hired a publicist. Then I hired salespeople. You would think that my money would go down. It didn't. I literally gave my money away with a purpose. I wasn't throwing my money away, I gave it a purpose.
Mhm.
And you would think that I would have less money. In fact, no. I have more sales, more press attention, more social media success. Many of you who are here
helped
have-
you out.
I got an accountant who does, I just send her the thing, she does all of it for me. I hired one that keeps people out of prison. But I hired all these people and I brought them on my team. And I realized, wow, we're getting more done, but I'm doing less of that stuff and I'm doing most of what I like. So today, I get to sit and I get to think about this. I've delegated all of this and I've put my money to work. I had a purpose. Now, don't get me wrong, I hired good qualified people. I'm not just gonna hire any ding dong off the street. But I put these people in there, and then I said, okay, now I'm in it to win it. And 80% of my energy is positive. Because of that, the money is just so much easier to flow. The success, the opportunities. Why? Because people are naturally attracted to happy, go-lucky people,
Yeah.
right? But if you're sitting here and you're stressed out and your client calls you and you're just like, I don't want to deal with this person, you push them away, you push them away, you push them away. And they're like, oh, she's too busy, she doesn't have any time for me. So I'm pushing that money away. So for me, I learned, okay, I had to learn fundamentally, I can't do it alone.
Mhm.
I just can't. And I tried. But it was the illusion that I believed. Remember in imagination, I believed that to be a growing small business, I had to do it alone. That was an illusion, that was a story I told myself. And the opportunities come with more people, naturally. Why? Because they know people, and etc. The more I reach out to you and work happy retreats, the more and more and more. So on top of that, I looked for people who love to do what I hated to do.
Yeah.
Really, truly love it. And love my brand, and love the purpose, and love the people that we're working for. Because I'm working for you, right? And I said, okay, I gotta find those people who are hungry to do that. Because there are other people who are interested in what you're doing, but maybe not want to do that, but they want to do a part of it. So by opening up your mind and your context, it's really putting that to work.